work continues here on these cars. I know I haven't posted a video on here in a while. Both these here are new from last video that was posted, because I didn't get around to posting any videos last year. Unfortunately, I was having camera issues. This is a brand new car that we just picked up earlier this year, thanks to Michael Kenny, working out a deal with Dale Millard to get us back into a rear-wheel drive car, which will be nice after spending a year in this one, the Mazda 3. It's front-wheel drive, all computer controlled. It's actually up for sale. Well, it was. We had no luck in selling it, but I believe Michael will be racing this opening night as well as at Sunset. I'm still not 100% sure, as he's been having issues with his car and getting it ready. Well, I will be debuting our new car. Well, my new car. I do better in rear-wheel drive. I know pretty much how to set them up, so hopefully with that, it will lead to a bit better of a season than what we ended up ultimately having last year, which started off pretty good in that car. But I think subconsciously I started overdriving once my buddy got a win in this one, which is right there's the win sticker from last year that Michael Kenny got in this car. You can see we're in the process of mounting the seats back into the cars, because I like the containment seat from this car here. Michael did not. This car did come with a full containment seat as well, but Michael, being the one to work the deal out to get the car, ended up wanting that seat, because this one here he didn't like for his Hans device. So now I have to mount my old seat from the Mazda 3 in here. And the Mazda 3 is getting Michael's old seat, which isn't a true full containment seat, but it has the modifications to get it as close to a full containment as you can get without actually having a full containment seat. So I'm going to start getting to work on mounting the seat into this car here, and then I've got to pull it outside because it goes for wrap next Sunday, and the wrap guy does need a few pictures of it, so I'll be pulling it outside, so the next time you see it, it will be outside beside my street car in the driveway, so I can get the pictures of it. And then I'll update with going over what the schedule is leading up to Sunset anyway. Ah, there she is, right in the sunshine. See, the seat is in place. Probably gonna be hard to hear me over the car now, but the wood will be removed. I gotta get a bar back there, so I need the seat to come a little bit more forward from where the other guy had it, from where Dale had it. But besides that, she goes to wrap next Sunday, and then from there we hit the track. I believe it is on, I gotta remember the date. April 29th, I believe it is practice day. You know, see, the seat is in this car. It's not bolted right now because I'm gonna need Michael to come up and try the seat to make sure it's in a position that he likes it in, so that he can drive it, since he'll probably be the main driver of the car this year. But hopefully it will sell fairly quickly after he gets his hands back on it and is able to park it, hopefully back in Victory Lane. I just took a look at the calendar real quickly to see what the dates were. So it's the 27th of April, where I'll have this beast out at Flamborough for practice. And then May 4th is opening night for Flamborough. We'll be back out in this car here. I do believe Michael will be taking that car, especially right now with his car giving him a hard time. But I think they might have stuff figured out in it. But we are trying to sell this car, and we know he's stronger behind the wheel in that front wheel drive car than what I am, so. That leaves us the week following will be off, as we are basically going to be racing every other weekend. And then after that race, we head over to Flamborough Sunset on the 17th. So that will be one of our only Sunday races. And that's pretty much our schedule here to start the season. We are thinking Frosttoberfest end of September, sorry, not October, like I almost said, down at Flamborough. And then Autumn Colors out in Peterborough would be the two big weekend races besides Velocity, which is that Sunset race, which is 25 laps for these guys here. Flamborough does double heat races. So hopefully we're able to get this car going. With it being a front wheel drive car, well, rear wheel drive car, I've got confidence that I can get it going here. Now, I'm pretty sure I did state this earlier on, that this car is carbureted. That car is completely computer controlled. My buddy Michael drives a Nissan 240. I would call it a good mix between the two. Since the throttle is, I'm pretty sure on his car, is controlled by an actual lever like a carbureted car is. However, the injection is all controlled by his computer. So, but Mustangs dominated last year at Flamborough Speedway. Really, one of the two cars that could keep up with the Mustangs last year was this thing. His little Mazda 3 was able to keep up and actually had a few battles with the former owner of that car last year, including getting into each other in the first race that we each raced these cars. I guess Dale was able to forgive or forget about that incident. It's not the way that I wanted to be racing him, but it happens, or it's a short track racing, that's what we do. So there's not much room, and Flamborough is generally a one-groove racetrack, which makes things even worse when it comes to room. And I'm going to show you guys some of the wiring that we had done in this car, because that is, from what I've heard, is one of the main reasons this car did not sell. It's because everyone seems to think it has electrical issues. Yet we sent it out, spending about 15 grand to get the wiring all redone. You can see back there, there's this breaker here to help prevent any surges from getting up towards the computer. And then we go up to the computer area. Yeah, this is still partially a mess because this car here completely runs on a computer, so unfortunately, and as you can see, it's an automatic. That's another reason why people don't trust this car. It's because automatics are notoriously supposed to be slow, but this thing is quick. I had up till last year, I hadn't sat in top 3 in a half-decent race till I got into this car here. Can't really show under the hood because the hood's on it, but that's the main problems that people have with this car, which hopefully can be rectified once Michael gets behind the wheel. And there's our rub rails. They still gotta go on. I made sure to they were labeled. Now it's besides mounting the seat and just hoping the computer, charging up that battery again. And then from there, this car's pretty much ready to go. We're just gonna put duct tape numbers on the side of it. Probably put 07 since Michael's gonna be the one most likely driving this most of the time this year. And hopefully he's able to get his car going so that then this car can go up for sale. But as you can see, an automatic car does not mean that you cannot win in these things. Just because it's an automatic does not mean that it's slow. That's what, 2 wins in 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 wins in 2022, and then 1 win in 2023. That 1 win was mostly because I'm no good driving front-wheel drive cars. If I could have figured this thing out, it probably would have had a few more wins, because, like I said, my first race in this car, and I finished 3rd. Beating the one that ended up becoming the track champion last year at Flamborough. And finishing directly behind that car. But after that, it was pretty much downhill, because I think subconsciously I just started probably overdriving this car. And not being used to front wheel drive, it was just getting me frustrated because I could not get it to do what I wanted it to do. On track and off the track. So that was the push to get back into a rear wheel drive car. And now this car, we have to do, where is the list of stuff to do? 1 second here. Oh, the hood's over there for the car, by the way. Sitting upright, I'll actually take over. All the tires, probably about half of those go to the Mazda, and half of them are the new Mustangs, new nose cone, that's Mazda stuff. Go-kart, that's gonna hopefully go up for sale here shortly. And then brother-in-law stuff. Oh, there's some fenders for the Mazda. Old basketball net. That was here when we moved up here. Bins of Mazda parts. Mustang parts. Mustang fenders. And the Mustang hood. Okay. So I gotta change the oil. And measure it. That's what Dale told us to do when we do this car. And then change the diff fluid. I guess there's still plastic on the other side of the hood. And then, of course, the nut and bolt check. And check the timing, which should be okay for now, but that would be under the nut and bolt check to do before practice. The engine, well, the jetting right now in the engine is okay. But for a hot day, we should be... Dale did mention to buy a new jet kit for it, so that we can make sure that the proper fuel is going into that car. Because he just stole his girlfriend's most of the time. Who will still be racing, and that's why he decided to sell this car, was he wants to put the focus on her this season. And it's a quick car. I think we're probably about the 4th owner of it in the last, say, 5 years? No, that doesn't seem right. It might be right. I'm not 100% sure. I know I'm pretty sure this was an old Schwarzenberg car. And then I always seem to forget the guy's name that had it, that bought it from Schwarzenberg. That Dale bought it from. And now we bought it off of Dale. It's definitely not cheap sport, as you can see. Definitely need a lot of space to do this sport too, but something my brother-in-law does not seem to understand. I'm kind of crammed in here and amongst everything else. Some of this stuff here will be going back into the trailer to get ready for the season. Like the toolbox will go into the trailer. Those are more Mazda tires. They were in the back of the truck for weight. That's just a random tire. Scrap metal. So this will be going into the into the trailer. We have our air pig to go into the trailer as well. You use one of those 2 compressors. Will normally be sitting in the trailer. and then the generator will all be typically in the trailer throughout the season. We don't really need them out here. Well, I gotta take that picture for Michael and then pull the car back in. So I will post up the schedule should have been posted on the screen. I'll also share links to our gaming account, and our Facebook page will be down in the description. Alti, who we've partnered with, you got 10% off of your order if you use our promo code, which will be in the description. Outside of that, I guess the next video will be just before practice day when I get that thing there tuned up and ready to go. And you'll see the wrap at that time as well. So that would be like April 25th, 26th, somewhere around there is when I'll probably shoot the video. Which then means I'm hoping to be able to post it the 26th. That's where I'm out on track on the 27th. That would be my goal anyway. I'll see how well that works out. So until then, see you guys later.